While mainstream tech media continues to hyper-focus on Microsoft's forced Windows 11 upgrades, telemetry controversies, and aggressive AI integration, a much quieter, far more aggressive digital revolution is unfolding across the Asian continent. For decades, Western tech monoliths operated under the assumption that their desktop and mobile operating system monopolies were completely invincible. However, inside China's high-tech hubs, a sweeping government mandate and massive industrial mobilization have officially triggered the final phase of a total national software purge. The goal is no longer just about reducing reliance on Silicon Valley. It is about the complete systematic eradication of Windows, Android, and iOS from hundreds of millions of personal computers, enterprise servers, and critical government infrastructure. As primary domestic tech giants deploy their new, fully independent operating systems across the country, engineers in Redmond and Mountain View are beginning to realize that the world's largest internet market is closing its doors to American software forever. To understand how this geopolitical shift suddenly transformed into a technological nightmare for the West, one has to look back at the catalyst, the aggressive US trade sanctions that were explicitly designed to cripple China's national tech champions. Instead of surrendering to supply chain blockades, companies like Huawei, along with open-source software consortiums, executed one of the most audacious engineering pivots in modern history. Rather than building another fragile Linux reskin, they spent years secretly architecting a completely independent ecosystem built from the ground up to operate without a single line of Western code. Before we break down the terrifying microkernel architecture that makes this new Chinese operating system up to 40% faster than Windows, hit that like button and subscribe right now. Drop your thoughts in the comments on whether you would switch to a faster, non-Western OS, and stay tuned until the very end to see how this software migration is threatening Microsoft's global revenue. For years, skeptics dismissed Chinese operating systems as mere repackaged distributions of open-source Linux, predicting they would suffer from sluggish performance, driver incompatibilities, and poor application support. But the launch of HarmonyOS Next completely shattered those assumptions by stripping out every single remnant of the Android open-source project and Linux kernel code. Built on a proprietary, ultra-secure microkernel, this next-generation architecture eliminates legacy software clutter, delivering a staggering 35 to 40% leap in overall system efficiency and memory management compared to traditional desktop systems. At the same time, specialized enterprise distributions like OpenEuler and OpenKylin have taken over critical state infrastructure, power grids, and banking networks. Powered by domestic hardware like Longsun and Kunpeng processors, these systems operate within a closed-loop security framework, effectively rendering Western zero-day exploits and backdoors completely useless. In my view, what makes this software transition truly terrifying for Western tech giants is the speed at which China has forced developer adoption. Realizing that an operating system lives or dies by its app ecosystem, domestic tech titans mobilize thousands of software engineers to recompile over 10,000 native applications practically overnight. From banking platforms and industrial design suites to high-end mobile gaming engines, every major software tool is now being optimized specifically for this lightweight microkernel. While Microsoft continues to struggle with heavy background system processes, intrusive telemetry, and bloated legacy code in Windows 11, China has engineered a streamlined, ultra-fast operating environment that handles heavy multitasking with a fraction of the system resources. This isn't just a basic alternative, it is a fundamentally faster, more streamlined digital platform that threatens to render Western desktop standards obsolete across emerging markets. What truly separates China's new digital ecosystem from traditional desktop environments is its radical unified multi-device architecture. Where Microsoft failed to bridge the gap between desktop and mobile with Windows Phone, China's microkernel design treats every device as a single interconnected node. Whether it's a high-end flagship smartphone, a workstation laptop, a tablet, or the central infotainment system inside a modern electric vehicle like those from Ito or Luxeed, the operating system shares a unified distributed bus. This allows users to seamlessly drag and drop active heavy tasks, video editing timelines, or complex computational renders across screens instantly without lag, pairing setups, or cloud delays. The software doesn't just run on your computer, it turns your entire suite of hardware into one giant, fluid supercomputer. In my opinion, the most lethal blow to Western dominance is how China has integrated artificial intelligence directly into the system kernel itself. While Windows 11 relies on heavy, cloud-dependent Copilot overlays that constantly hog system memory and upload user data to distant servers, China's platform utilizes localized, lightweight AI models like Pangu directly at the hardware layer. This native integration optimizes CPU and GPU resource allocation in real time, predicting user habits and managing thermal throttles before a slowdown even occurs. By building an operating environment that prioritizes total privacy, zero latency local AI processing, and hardware synchronization, China hasn't just matched Silicon Valley's software standards, it has leapfrogged them entirely, building the exact future-proof ecosystem Apple and Microsoft have been trying to realize for a decade. The geopolitical fallout of this software migration extends far beyond China's borders, triggering a massive domino effect across developing markets and global alliances. For decades, nations across Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East had no choice but to rely on Western software infrastructure, leaving their state data, financial networks, and defense platforms vulnerable to foreign sanctions and remote access cutoffs. Now, as China proves that a world-class, ultra-fast operating system can be built entirely independent of Silicon Valley, countries within the BRICS economic bloc are actively taking notice. By offering a completely open-source, sanction-proof blueprint that runs on affordable, energy-efficient hardware, China is handing developing nations the exact key to national digital sovereignty, threatening to permanently erase Microsoft and Google's lucrative dominance in international government and corporate sectors. Ultimately, Washington's attempt to isolate China through aggressive tech bans has backfired in the most dramatic way possible, accelerating the creation of a parallel, hyper-optimized digital universe. Silicon Valley didn't destroy its biggest rival. It accidentally forced a technological awakening that is now reshaping how computers, smartphones, and artificial intelligence interact on a global scale. As Western users continue to deal with bloated updates, forced advertisements, and privacy concerns in legacy operating systems, the rest of the world may soon be looking east for the next generation of computing. What do you think about this massive software revolution? Would you drop Windows for a faster, sanction-proof Chinese OS? Share your thoughts in the comments below, hit that like button, and subscribe right now so you never miss another deep dive into the tech wars reshaping our future.